Hey guys, it's Shakira and welcome back to my channel. And I am on my way to a special event at my yoga studio where I have received my training, and I want to talk to you guys about how to change your life, because most people have things in their life that they want to change or that they know that they need to change, but the average person is not willing to do the work, or they just feel hopeless. They feel like they don't know, where to start. And so the way you change your life is by changing your thoughts first and foremost, because most people have a mindset. Everybody has a mindset, and it may be negative, it may be positive. But I know that I used to have a negative mindset, so therefore a lot of things that I saw were negative, in my life, because whatever you think about yourself or about your life is true, or it will be true. Thoughts are things. When we think a thought, it begins to manifest like that. That's why, if you watch or you come across, different motivational Instagram accounts or YouTube channels, controlling your thoughts is like one of the biggest things that is said, because, once you start thinking something, the universe or God, whatever, starts to conspire in your favor. And the thing about the universe is also our subconscious mind. It's really like neutral. So it's not going to, it doesn't matter if you are, a good person or a bad person, or do good things or do bad things, good deeds, bad deeds. It doesn't care. It just is like, oh, okay, you want this, so let me try to figure it out. Let me move things around in the universe so that you can receive what your wish is. And so, for example, I used to say for a long time, I want to be just like my mom when I grow up. I want to be an independent, hardworking mom, and I want to marry somebody that's in the army, just like she did with my dad. Guess what happened? I ended up marrying somebody who's in the army. Now we're no longer together, but that's not what we're talking about right now. And that's something too, like, you got to be specific about what you're asking for. But if you just, bam, I want to be just like my mom, I want to be independent, I want to be a good mom, and I want to marry somebody who's in the army. I did that. Then it also, that's something that I wanted. Didn't end up working out, but it's something that I spoke over and over again before I even knew what law of attraction was. I just would say stuff like that, and then it happened. Another thing, I used to think in my mind, about my spouse, what I wanted her to look like. And I would think and think and think, and then I married someone that looked just like that. What else? The house that I currently live in, my relationship failed, but while I was going through that stuff, I was really starting my transformation, my ascension, or my my consciousness began to expand majorly. And that's why there was so much friction in our relationship, because a lot of times when people change, it's very hard for the people that are around them to accept that. Change is uncomfortable for a lot of people, and that's why most people don't change. They know that they should, but they don't. So I began meditating really, really hard. I began to realize that, damn, everything in my life I created, the good and the bad. Why? Because the universe doesn't care. The universe doesn't care. If you place your order, then you place your order, and it's out there unless you cancel it. Unless you cancel that order. So when things are really bad in my last relationship, I would go into my meditation room and go into the dark. And this is another thing I want to talk to you guys about also. I would go into the dark, meditate, pitch black, maybe a candle lit, and go into this closet that I had, and just focus on what I wanted. What I wanted was to leave, and I wanted the money to be able to leave. And I just kept praying and kept willing this to happen. You know, so because I kept willing this to happen over time, there would be arguments when I would just yell, like, I just want to leave, I just want to you know, one thing about when you submit your requests or will things to you, when you are emotionally charging the request, that matters. That can help manifest your desire quicker. So it actually happened twice. You know, we separated twice. The first time we separated, I remember, like, I just want to leave, we would argue, and so much emotion and drama. And you know, then we left. You know, stars were aligned and things happened in our favor so that we were able to move back home. You know, but then I went back. But then I left again, though, and that's when I realized, you know, that it may, you know, some things may be, some of the events in the relationship were totally the other party's fault, but also I allowed it. So I allowed it, and then I started to realize that, you know, all of this crap that had been going on in my life was because of me accepting certain things, because of me now demanding better. And that's another thing you have to do. You have to demand better. In order to demand better, you have to know that you're worth more than staying in an abusive relationship or staying in a relationship where you're not happy. I firmly believe that if you're going to be in a relationship, like, you should be, if not madly in love all of the time, but just like liking that person most of the time, you know, and being able to respect them and vice versa. Like, it should be a healthy relationship. But a lot of people, including myself, I didn't believe that I was worth that unconsciously. Like, I didn't know that that's how I felt, and that's what I had been doing for years and years and years. And so once I realized what I was doing, and once I realized that it was me, that I was a problem, like, you really have to see that too. Like, I searched for reasons to blame the other party. Oh, well, you did this, you did that. Yeah, but you kept staying. Me, meaning me. Or you, if you are in a relationship where you're not being treated right, do you keep staying? Do you keep hoping and praying that this person's going to change? I mean, at some point in time, you have to measure how much this person is changing, how much this person actually loves and cares about you. Because if you want something bad enough, like, I wanted more than anything for my dysfunctional relationships to end. You know, I wanted that to end, and so that's why I started searching. You know, that's another way you change your life. You look for the truth, and you look for what happiness is for real. Happiness is not just having a man or a woman or being married just to say that you are married or in a relationship. That's not happiness, you know. So I started researching, and I realized that I was a problem, and I realized that I no longer wanted to be in a relationship. And with all of my meditation and visualization, like, I visualized the house that I'm in now. It's not exactly like I saw it in my visualization, but the dark wood floors, I saw that. One level, I saw that, and like the landscaping, I saw that. And I also visualized a peaceful life. I visualized happiness. I visualized my business flourishing. I visualized, you know, how I wanted to feel too, because the energy was so bad that, you know, I just wanted out. So I visualized those things, and it happened. Another thing that happened before I left, because I was living in California before I moved to Texas, I was finishing up like health coaching school, and I was just thinking about different things that I wanted to do, because I love teaching people how to live healthier lifestyles, especially through food and fitness. And so I remember saying to my mom, you know, I would love to teach health and fitness in the jails, because you know, jails and prisons. And I took that idea and I just started writing my idea down, what I would want to teach, blah, blah, blah. Got here to Texas in December. By April, I was working in the Dallas County Jail teaching a yoga and wellness program. So, I mean, there are countless things. I have a Camry, and it's a Camry. I had a Camry, before the Camry that I have now. It was an older one. I love, Toyota. And so I said, I want a new car. I want a new Camry. I want to upgrade. And I thought, I want it to look like my friend had a Camry too. Hers was silver. I want a new Camry like this. And so I sold my car before moving to California. And then once we got there, a couple months later, I had my new Camry. So I can give you so many examples of how, powerful the mind is when you focus, and when you have, you focus your intent on something that you want and you're passionate about it, and, eventually it'll happen. The one caveat is sometimes the universe has got this, sense of humor, sometimes. And this is why you have to be specific about what it is you're willing into your life. This is another thing too. Don't say I want. Say I have, or I'm willing. Indicate that you already have what it is you want. But don't say I want when you're asking. You have to feel it. If you don't feel that you're worthy for whatever you're asking for, you're not going to get it. And if you do, you're going to squander it. So, with that said, in order to change your life, you have to figure out what it is you want. How do you want to feel? You should look up on YouTube. It is free unless it was taken down. Your wish is your command. And we can go deeper into this. But a really good channel to watch about this topic is Ashira Star Goddess. And she has a playlist called Dark Energy. And before I even knew what this dark energy was, I'd already been working with the dark energy. That's how I manifested all the things that are manifesting in my life right now. Because I went and I meditated in the darkness. And I willed what I wanted in the darkness. So, write down what your life looks like in the present. I live in Dallas, Texas in a 5-bedroom home, and I'm so happy, and I live such a peaceful life, and I have energy every day. I wear blah blah blah, I drive blah blah blah. Be specific and be detailed, and believe that you can get what it is you're desiring, because again, if you feel like I can't have, then you won't. And again, if you do, you'll squander it. So a really good place to start, Jim Rohn has a good book, a very quick read. It's got a lot of good information, but also this book called Resurrection. It's all I use this to teach at the jail also, because especially if you're a religious. Now, I'm not religious at all, but I know what was meant when certain things were put in the Bible. And this is what Neville Goddard, this is exactly what he was talking about. You have to be wise, and you have to read between the lines, and I have it all highlighted up, because this will also tell you what you have to do in order to get what it is you want. And you have to get full of the feeling. I'm going to put a whole bunch of stuff in the box for you guys, the name of this book included, and some other stuff. But what you also have to realize too is that this is work that continues on. I started this path like 4 years ago, and it started with Chanel Cooper Sykes, and it's getting deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. I'm finding more and more spiritual teachers online and books, and I'm way deep into this now, and I know it's a journey. Just know that it's a journey, and know that you have to I mean, your world must shift if you want to change. You have to shift. You have to have a shift in consciousness, and you have to understand that it is a process, and it's a journey. There's no destination. It's just a journey. The more you learn, the more doors you open, right? I opened the Chanel Cooper Sykes door, and then she told me about certain things, and then and now I'm here today to where, you know, I know this stuff and I know that it works because I see it. I have too many examples for this video. So I hope that this makes sense. I hope it makes sense. I would love to make more videos about this sort of stuff, because once you learn that everything that you desire is available to you, then your world begins to change. You know, your world begins to change. I've changed in so many different ways that it's like sometimes I don't like to look back, because, you know, I believe that, you know, there's only the present. You know, there's only the present. Only the present is real. The past is gone. The future hasn't happened yet. You know, so I just marvel in the current moment at what I've created in my life, and I'm excited for the future. You know, there will come a point when you're excited for the future. If you are looking at the future like hopeless, you know, you definitely want to start this journey, because you don't want to be hopeless. You know, especially women, you know, that depend on other people for their happiness, their kids, their partner, their job. You know, whatever happens, I'm happy. When you get to that point where it's like whatever happens, you're happy, then, you know, you're golden. You're golden, trust me. So anyway, this is a longer video than I anticipated, but this is like the good stuff you want to be watching, and the good stuff you want to be opening doors to, because you take the power in your own hands. You know, this is your life, and you get to choose which direction you want to go into, but you have to participate. So anyway, I'm gonna leave that there, and I will talk to you guys later.